I did talk a little bit in our previous segment about the awesome people that are going to be coming and introducing this new program that they've created. Caroline Regan
Yep.
and Katherine Solomon. Why don't you guys tell us who you are and what you've done?
So Caroline, and I'm a teacher for the William S. Hart School District. And I worked at Clarita Junior High for almost 9 years. And then I moved over to Rio Norte Junior High. So in total, about 18 years of teaching.
Wow.
Yes, 5th grade, junior high, some high school classes, and then my sister, that's me, Katherine, and I work at Emblem Academy, and I've been a teacher in the Saugus Union School District for my entire career. I actually went to Emblem as a student, so it's kind of come full circle, but I worked at Rio Vista previously, and pushing, 20 plus years, so that's where we're at.
Did you go to Hart?
I went to Valencia High School.
Okay, so you've been in the Hart District.
Yes.
Right, so you both been.
And I went to Emblem as well.
Were your parents teachers in education or?
Yeah. Our mom, she was a teacher back in the day, and then it was a librarian for the Saugus Union School District for Emblem and then Tesoro. And then our dad.
He's a paleontologist, but he taught at Cal State Northridge for his career.
Very good.
It kind of is in the bloodstream.
I was going to say, it's a common thing here. Either they've gone to school here and then they come back and they want to teach, or their parents were educators.
Yeah.
That's great.
Got the teaching bug.
Yeah. I want to hear all about what this project that you guys have done. I was mentioning to you guys a little bit before that I love things that allows kids to be creative that can be implemented across the board. So tell us how it was born and what we did.
Well, I started off when I was at Clarita. I did this project for the first time, and I've since tweaked it and kind of honed my skills with the project because it's a big project. And so it's been about 3 years now because I do kind of off and on because it is such a big project. But I wanted my students to write a narrative story because that's Q1 for our district is students write a narrative story. And typically it's writing a personal narrative or writing a short story and they're creating characters, which was all fine and good. But I think with our mom's influence, because she's also a children's book author, just growing up with that, I thought, wouldn't it be fun if my students wrote a children's book? And with my sister being a 2nd/3rd grade teacher at times, I kind of thought, ooh, this is a great opportunity. And I tried it out, and my students absolutely loved it. And I love seeing, like you said, the creativity portion come in. I don't grade them on their artwork or anything like that, but it's really cool to see their creativeness come out, their ideas, their artwork. So much ownership with this project. It's a favorite that I hear from students. They'll email me as high school students. I remember that children's book project we did was my favorite thing I did. And so anyways, it just gave me that motivation to keep it going and just keep fine tuning it every year that I do it. So
I love to hear that. Now, how do your students react?
My students were over the moon. We've done this now. This is our 2nd year. And each time when I've told them that 7th grade students who they idolize want to communicate with them and share their stories, they really just show so much enthusiasm and motivation to read the stories. They're jumping up and down in their seats when they arrive. And I mean, for weeks, they asked me every day, are the books here yet? Are the books here yet? And when they finally did arrive, they really treated them like gold. I mean, they were so careful with them. They're like 18 to 21 pages, and they were so thrilled to be reading them. I've not seen them this excited to read, the entire year. And then my students were asked to write a book review back to the 7th grade student and to explain the parts of the book that they enjoyed, to kind of give the book a rating and explain why. And then this year we also kind of tied in explaining what the theme of the book was, which is something that is important for my students to learn and practice. And we're talking about empathy as part of our, social awareness, experiences at school. And I really felt like my students could feel the love that came from the 7th graders. And they just were so excited to communicate back to them and tell them everything that they thought about the stories that they shared.
I mean, it seems to me there's so many layers of this, right? It's like, I mean, there's nothing It's an onion, but I want to find something better. I need to find something better than an onion to assimilate this to. But because, okay, so I'm thinking the seventh graders, right? So they're being creative. They understand that the project is going to a second
There's
grader.
a real audience.
Yeah, there's a real audience,
it's
and it's an audience that really admires them, right? So there's a certain level of responsibility that they feel, and then you have your second graders that now they have like a level of importance. Like now it's important because I have to write a review, and it's going to get back to these people that I idolize, right? So I love all of the layers of this. Now, is this something you guys are going to be implementing every year? I know it sounds like a big project.
Yeah, we've talked about it because it is. I mean, they're turning out 18 to 21 pages.
Wow.
And I'm looking at 85 children's stories. I mean, they have full control. At the beginning of this, we look at children's books, we analyze them, what makes a good one. Yeah. And I tell them, you're in charge of the characters, the setting, the plot, the theme, the point of view, all of that. There's so much that goes into these stories. But it's also a lot for me as a teacher because then I'm looking at 85 to 100 children's stories and writing them. And then they do plot outlines and illustration outlines. I mean, it's a very intense.
Hand drawn?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's beautiful.
Yeah. And some use clip art. I kind of show them ways if they're not, if they feel like their artistic abilities aren't where they want them. I'm like, well, there's tricks to that. And,
Do you ever have to pull the seventh graders back a little bit to say, okay, maybe the second graders won't understand that? Or...
we talked about that and we looked at so many children's books ahead of time, and they're kind of experts in children's books because they've read so many. So they kind of know what is appropriate. But we talked about it. It's important for them to learn new words. And so think about what words you're using so they pour their hearts into this project, and they're very excited to see what the second graders think.
What a difference from one book to the next, too. Like one's like the talent show, and then this one has like a spaceship, aliens. You know what I mean? Like you must learn so much about your students with this, right?
Yes.
Wow, I'm very impressed. I think this is great.
They put them together like that?
Yeah. So again, that's one of those fine-tuning things of using the plastic sheet protectors and the brads was kind of the best way to put them together. And this year, finally, I got smart, and at the beginning of the year, I asked parents, would you be willing to donate, towards the plastic, sheet protectors? And yeah, of course, I had parents who were like, oh yeah, we'll totally do that. So before I was paying for that out of pocket, but so it was nice to include the parents, and I roped them in. I sent them the link to the Signal newspaper, article, and trying to keep it very community. Everyone's in on this, and the parents have been so supportive, and the responses that I've gotten from them.
I love this so much.
And it's just,
I love this so much. I'm so impressed. This is such a genius idea. And I love that you guys collaborated and that you guys have the right audience.
Yes.
You guys have the right network, right? Of the seventh graders. So I'm going to give you, before you guys leave, I'm going to give you guys my business card. I will buy your sheet protectors. I will sponsor your sheet protectors for as many classes as you do. I love this so much. I think this is a great idea.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Oh my. Okay, so what's next for it?
We were talking about that. Actually, some of the seventh grade teachers at my school, they want to do this too. And for next year, so it's like, okay, here we go.
I love it so much. I love it so much.
You've already published a book, right?
Our mom has.
She has those children's books. Yes. And so we have, her as our inspiration. But my second grade team has also said for next year they want to be a part of this, which is great because we're going to have hundreds of
so we need that.
So really now we're unifying, these two schools, and this is going to be really, I think, something.
You probably could put a book together, all the stories for the year or whatever.
Really, a lot of these could totally be published today.
You probably help fund, so you don't have to sell it.
Yeah, sure.
We could do like a fundraiser, because they have those. Obviously, they have those books where they have like just a bunch of children's stories in them. I love that idea.
Great keepsakes too, because how much do you keep as you go on through the years? And I tell my students, this is something you'll have forever.
You can give it to your kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this is really, I love this. I'm really excited about this. I think you guys did an amazing job. And I love the children's book idea, like the gathering of all of the books. You could do like some kind of a fundraiser with it. I don't know. I'm all about those kinds of. I want you guys not to have to ever spend anything out of pocket. I think it sucks that teachers
I think
often do.
on a back to school night kind of thing, you probably could sell a whole bunch of things.
Right.
You buy one for grandma, you buy,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
true,
So,
yeah.
I think it'd be great.
Very cool.
This is so. Where do you guys see it going? Like, what would you like if you could pick like the perfect outcome that you envision? What would it be?
I just think to inspire more teachers to link up like this, because it is such a great way to promote literacy. And
we need it.
yes. And like
My
We
students,
need it.
they said, at one point we're trying to earn a free recess was individual based across the school. And my students turned that opportunity down, and they said they would rather work on the books than earn that free recess. And I mean, I think that speaks volumes, especially
Yes.
nowadays with kids, they're so plugged in. And I think, to continue this, I mean, years ago there were young authors conferences in the
when we were in elementary
schools
school, but they don't do
things
that.
like that. I feel like we need to pull kids back
Yes.
to that importance
Make
of reading
reading and writing, especially
Yeah,
writing.
make it fun again.
Yeah.
And they really do enjoy it. Like I love reading. I still love reading, and I've loved reading ever since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But we also had the teacher that we would have like in third grade, a teacher that would read us a portion of a book that was really exciting. And what are those books called that we have where you pick the ending?
Oh, yeah.
You choose like the adventure.
Is there a specific name for that? I was in another country, so forgive me if I don't know the term.
No, those are great.
Oh yeah, I love those kinds of books. I'm really excited about this for you guys. Is there anything that you want to add? Anything that we can do to support you?
I'm just proud of the students. They work
Yes.
really, really hard.
Yes, very proud of
That's
them.
amazing.
All right. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for the work that
Thanks
you're
for
doing
having us.
and collaborating, because we don't see as much of that as we'd like to see,
Mhm.
usually. So you've been watching the Daily Buzz. I'm Joe.
I'm Martha.